Now let us continue with the physical features of Africa. And the major characteristics of all the features present in Africa as a continent are that Africa is basically the major part of Africa is a plateau, and we have already done that or discussed that initially when we had understood why it was also termed as a plateau continent. And then the second one, it says that towards the narrow coast, the plateau descends in the form of steps. I have shown you what is the basic formation of the steps. I've already shown you the way the steps are descending. Or, in fact, you should understand the coastal plains are very narrow because the plateau drops down to the sea abruptly. And this is the reason that the coastal plains are extremely narrow, especially towards the northern and the western parts of Africa. The third main characteristic of the physical feature is that the plateau of Africa is lower in the north and higher in the south. To understand this point that the plateau of Africa is lower in the north and higher in the south, we can just look at the map and understand that first of all, we need to understand what is a plateau. A large, high area of flat land is a plateau. We also know it as a tableland, and we all know what a table looks like. That means it is a higher area and it is a flat land. So here, if we are talking about a flat land which is higher than the flatland or raised flatland in the north, we understand that the plateau of Africa is lower in the north and higher in the southern area. So you see the difference. This is a higher plateau, this is a lower plateau. Both of them do have plateau areas, but in the south, the plateau area is higher. That means much more uplifted. So we can even understand that when we were discussing the river Nile, we understood that the river Nile is flowing from the Lake Victoria towards the Mediterranean Sea. Why is this happening? Because we have a higher land here and a lower land here, and the river flows from high land to low land. So if I place this cap, or in fact our imaginary plateau here, and understand the rays in the southern plateau region, we will understand this easily, that this is a higher land and this goes as a lower plateau area or the lower land. Another easy way to remember it is, you all must have seen a person in your life with a very huge belly. So, what happens to their body? The lower half is bulging out, and the upper portion, that is the northern portion of their body, northern part of the body, is bending towards the back a little. When you see their profile, it looks like that. Exactly the same is the formation of Africa. After understanding the basic characteristics, we need to understand the major physical divisions. Now, basically, there are five basic or major divisions in Africa that we can categorize. Number one being the northwestern Africa. Now, in that area, we only have the Atlas Mountains, and they are the young fold mountains. Very important characteristic to know about the Atlas Mountain, that these are young fold mountains, and they have three parallel ranges. I'll be explaining this on the map right now. So first you can note down that they are young fold mountains, number one. Number two, that they have three parallel ranges, and those three parallel ranges also have a name, that is number one the Tell Atlas, number two High Atlas, and number three the Sahara Atlas. And the highest peak in the Atlas mountain is the Mount Topkal. Very, very important to know. And it remains snow capped most of the year. That's a give reason question or an application based question, that if it is asked that why does it remain snow capped most of the year? Because of its high altitude. Now let us mark the Mount Atlas in our maps also. We have our maps ready, and I had requested you to be ready with your colored pencils. You can simply make a long elongated oval shaped Atlas mountain in your northwestern part of Africa. I have shared a map also with you. You can make it like this. starting from none of the boundaries are supposed to be touched. You're not going to go below the Tropic of Cancer. Just make sure you are right up there and you mark your Mount Atlas. The three ranges you will not mark separately, but that you have to learn. The second major division is the low central plateau. Now this plateau, what all does this plateau area have? It does have a lot of other features also apart from the plateau. That is just the name given to the division. The first division was the Northwestern Africa. It contained the Mount Atlas. The second division is the low central plateau. Now what all features does it have? Now here we'll be discussing that. It has, now first of all, the extent or from where to where it is located. That is, it extends from the Atlantic coast in the west to the Nile Valley in the east. And then it has the Sahara Desert, which extends from the Atlantic in the west to the Red Sea. I'll be showing all of this in the map also. Red Sea in the east, and it covers an area of 8.6 million square kilometers. The second most important feature in the low central plateau is the Tibesti Mountain and the Aghar Plateau. Here in the map, we have already marked the Tibesti Mountain and the Aghar Plateau. Now this map is there in your textbooks also on page 115. There also you can easily see these mountain ranges which are there in the here in this map. You can clearly see that the Sahara Desert forms a part of this plateau. Now, which plateau are we discussing? The low central plateau right now. It has the Sahara Desert included in it. Now, this desert is extending from the Atlantic in the west to the Red Sea in the east, and it covers an area of 8.6 million square kilometers. That is how it becomes the world's largest desert. And there are a few oases also which are available in this area and which provide a lot of respite to the travelers while they are traveling in the vast desert. And the Tibesti and the Aghar Plateau are included in the low central plateau. So this is the area of the low central plateau. The third major division is the southern plateau. Now this southern plateau has the Great Rift Valley, which is a special feature of the southern plateau. Now it is a long narrow valley which is formed as a result of the vertical cracks that developed because of the movement within the earth. In class 6 we have in detail studied about the Rift Valley. So I'm not going into the detail. Now, what is the extent of the Great Rift Valley? Now, if it is called great, that means it has a huge extent. So it extends for a total distance of 5,000 kilometers from Lake Malawi to the Red Sea. Let's refer to the map and understand where is the Lake Malawi. Lake Malawi up till the Red Sea. It's clearly been marked out here. So this is the huge extent of the Great Rift Valley, or the narrow valley formed as a result of the vertical cracks. Moving ahead with the extent, we understand that it extends from Lake Malawi to the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba to the Dead Sea in Jordan. So you see the Gulf of Aqaba here, it extends to the Dead Sea in Jordan out here. Now, this is a very close-up map of Aqaba, but here you can easily understand the extent after you reach the Red Sea. Where is Jordan and where is your Gulf of Aqaba? And the Dead Sea along with it. I hope the location is very clear with all of you. Then the southern plateau also has the freshwater lakes. Now these lakes are very important to learn because this usually is asked in the exams also. And also you should know why and how is Africa getting so much of freshwater lakes. We'll discuss that when we'll be doing the rivers and the lakes. But here when we are doing the physical division, in which division, which lakes or which water bodies or which valleys or which plateaus are there, we need to learn all the features in one particular division. So here we need to learn that it has three main important freshwater lakes, that is Lake Malawi, Lake Tanganyika, and Turkana, lie in this valley. Now we really need to understand that Lake Victoria does not lie in the Rift Valley area. Very, very, very important to learn and understand, to know the difference in which area which lakes are present. So we first need to understand Lake Victoria. Although in the same area it looks as if it is there, but it is not a part of a rift valley. The fourth major division is the high plateaus of the south. Now, this has a lot of features. Number one, the Ethiopian Plateau, the Central Lake Plateau, South African Plateau, and the Drakensberg Mountain. Now, we'll be marking that mountain right now, but it also has the Namib Desert, Kalahari Desert, Nile Basin, and Congo Basin. I'll be discussing all of them in detail. Before I discuss the features in detail, let us mark the Drakensberg mountain, the second mountain of today that we are marking. That is, number one was your Atlas mountain that we had marked right in the northwestern portion, and then we are marking the Drakensberg mountain at the tapering end of Africa. You can clearly mark it and make sure you are not touching the coastline at all. You are not touching the River Orange, but you are marking the Drakensberg mountain with the correct spelling. So let us understand in detail. The high plateau of the south is divided into Ethiopian or Abyssinian plateau. Now it has a second name also. Please learn the correct spelling of that. And the Central Lake Plateau. Now, this plateau ends with the Drakensberg mountain, which forms the high eastern edge of the plateau. We had just seen the how a plateau is. So, if we understand the southern portion, to understand this, again, I'm back to this map. The high plateau of the south ends with the Drakensberg mountains. So, you can just understand that this plateau is ending out here, and it forms a very high edge of the plateau area. So the eastern edge of the plateau becomes really high because it abruptly ends out here. And your Kalahari Desert and the Namib Desert both are included in this high plateau of the south. Although the Nile Basin and the Congo Basin are also a part of this high plateau of south, but we will continue in the next class when I will be discussing the rivers and lakes of Africa in detail. Thank you, class. We have already discussed the coastal plains when we were discussing the plateau areas, but now please don't forget to do your homework. There are just 3 questions, but please make sure you do it and send it to your teacher the next day. Thank you. Have a good day.